Ladies and gentlemen, it's update day. And I know it has been an awfully long time since I posted a video, and I'm very, very sorry about that. But today we're back to run you through everything that you're gonna need to know about the brand new update that just came out in LEGO Fortnite Odyssey. There's also a few notes for Expeditions and Brick Life that I'll mention at the end, but we're here to talk about Odyssey today. And I'm very excited to test out some of the brand new updates because apparently they fixed some of the issues that a lot of people, including myself, have been running into. So without wasting any time, let's get to it. Now, like I mentioned, there's some things in this update that I personally want to test myself in my world because since the spires spawned for the first time, I have not seen them. And the first thing from the patch note says, we've increased the distance which you can discover spires to help you locate them faster. Now, in case you're curious what that new distance is, it's actually 500 meters, which is very far. If I look over at that mountain right over there and ping it, you can see that that's 500 meters basically. So if we look over on our compass, we should in theory be able to detect these a lot easier. Now, I personally know where the spires are located in my world since I basically hunted them all down. And off the bat, looking at my map, I am not seeing a single spire once again. Am I surprised? Honestly, at this point, no. But let's go ahead and run around and try to test them out to see if we can actually find them here. I know that I did have a set of spires spawning right in front of us, which does not off the bat look like it's here. But let's not give up hope yet, because while they're not here, there was another set right over here. And yeah, they're still not here. And you know what? That's okay though, because right over this hill, there was another set. So let's see if these spawned in. Maybe they did, maybe not. Either way, I have seen some other people online post that they have been finding spires a lot easier. So while I might not find them, don't let that discourage you from loading in and trying to find them in your own worlds. And yeah, yet again, there was a set of spires here and they're not here. So maybe I just got to explore more. I don't really know. Wait. These just appeared. I swear these were not here a second ago. Hang on. I'm looking around to see if I can find any more sets, but it honestly doesn't seem like they're appearing anywhere else besides right here. Hang on. But as I run closer and we look at the top of my screen, you can see the compass is detecting both of these spires from about 400 and 600 meters away. Again, that's just going to make the entire process of finding these things a lot easier in the grand scheme of things. And here we go. I think I actually see it behind the tree. And oh yeah, we do. There it is. Now, the next addition on the patch notes go hand in hand with the spires, and they say that spires now have names. You may encounter either hardened, superior, or ultimate spires. Be sure to roam around your world and defeat them all. So there's tiers to them, and the first ones we are running up on are superior spires. And these look to be purple on the minimap, which is interesting. Another thing that's not on the patch notes that I did discover is that the pistols got nerfed heavily. And I have mentioned that a few times in videos saying that they are way too overpowered. So maybe I had something to do with that. And if I did, then I apologize. Because I'm gonna be honest, in their current state, they actually feel like they're pretty balanced as opposed to before where they were definitely not balanced. If I go ahead and just try to beam one of the spire shards, you'll see that it does not take off half of the health like it used to, which is okay because, you know, they were way too good before. Anyway, the superior spire that I'm fighting right now is actually the middle tier spire, meaning that there is still an ultimate spire that's a bit more difficult. There's also a hardened spire, which is technically the easiest one. Oh my goodness, where in the world did this brute come from? Okay, this is getting a bit chaotic. Let me lock in for a sec so I hopefully don't die right now. And I'll see you guys very shortly. And okay, we're one shot away from breaking this thing. Oh, wait. Never mind. I actually did break it. So there we go. We've defeated our first spire, ladies and gentlemen, and we still have a few mass minifigs here. So let's go ahead and get these guys out of here as well. And there we go. And another thing that I will mention was not in the patch notes is that the UI scale is broken right now. As you can see, if I open up my inventory, it takes up the entirety of my screen. It may be harder to see on video, but also if I open something like my build menu, it's way bigger than it used to be. And if you go into your HUD scale settings and try to scale it down, you'll see that even if I go to the smallest HUD setting, it still stays massive on my screen. So yeah, the LEGO Fortnite team is already aware of this issue, which is a good thing. It seems like they will be fixing it pretty shortly. But don't be freaked out if your HUD scale is way bigger than it was before the update. It's happening to everyone. Anyway, I take back everything I said about the spires not respawning. I think they actually are in everybody's world, which is very exciting. And W LEGO Fortnite for fixing that issue. I know a lot of players are frustrated by it. Anyway, the next thing they've added in this update are new map markers. So if you look around your map, you'll see where Jones and Hope are. I assume in here you can see that Vengeance Jones is at this village, and he does have his own icon, which is very interesting. Obviously, Jones and Hope are two of the ones that give quests, which is why they made such an effort to make sure that they're shown. That way people aren't in the dark about where these two villagers are, and they could get their quest done if they need to. I actually don't know where Hope is. Is she at this village? I genuinely don't know. No, she isn't. Yeah, if you look around your map enough, you should be able to find her. As somebody who's discovered their entire map, I have so many caves and map markers down that I genuinely find it hard to do anything at this point. But hey, if you're struggling to find either one of those villagers, open up your map and it should be a lot easier after this update. And the next update is a big one because they've completely changed the way that harvesting works. They say that harvesting resources has never been easier. With just a few smashes, you can gather more resources than before. And when you've gathered enough resources and want to start crafting different items, processing times are much swifter. And wait a sec, I was just diving down to find a cave to test that out and I found another set of spires. So I think they upped the spawn rate of these as well. And this one seems to be an ultimate spire. With that icon being red, it's pretty safe to assume that that's the case. Anyway, that's not why we're here. We're here right now to test out the harvesting of new resources to see how fast it really is. So we're starting out with some iron here. For reference, I do have a triple damage sword, but that's kind of been the meta up until this point. So let's go ahead and swing at this iron and see what happens. And holy cow. Okay, wait. That literally took 2 swings to break. And if you know, you know, iron used to take forever to harvest. So 1, 2 is all it's going to take now for iron. Let's do a jump critical attack and see. And wait a sec. That literally... What? You can one-hit iron now. Wait, that's insane. Okay, we can harvest a lot quicker. That's confirmed off the bat, but let's find a different resource. Let's find malachite. Let's find sapphire. Let's find something else. Okay, here we go. We found some sapphire here. Let's go ahead and swing at it, and that literally got 1 hit. Wait, sapphire got 1 hit? No way. No way. Let's try that again. 1 hit. Yep, 1 hit for sapphire, guys. Just in case that was a fluke, we're just gonna go ahead and wait, why did that one take 2? That was weird. Yeah, 1 hit for the most part. I don't know why one of those took 2 hits, but harvesting just got a whole lot easier, which is absolutely incredible. I don't think anyone's gonna have complaints about that, so that's a W update again. Anyway, I am absolutely freezing and I'm dying in this cave, so let's get out of here because we need to test the second part of this update. So obviously we harvested things a lot faster, but they also mentioned that you'll be able to cut things faster, and overall processing time should just be a lot quicker. And holy cow, yeah, they are. Okay, gems used to take forever. I wouldn't be surprised if they literally 2x the speed because this is literally insane. That's amazing. What else could they have done? Let's see. Let's go over to something like the lumber mill here and let's throw something in. And yo, oh my goodness, they made everything faster. Did you guys see that? Look at that bar. It's just zooming by. We all know the stone breaker is very slow. Let's test out this one now. Let's throw in one of these and yes. Oh my goodness. Okay, I feel like I can go on and on about this, but every single processing station has gotten a lot faster, which is awesome. It used to be a lot of waiting around, especially at things like the metal smelter and the stone breaker. Oh yeah, not to mention the gem cutter as well. Basically all the processing stations were very slow and now they're not. I'm happy about that change. I honestly think it's good. But the next change is interesting. They said that crafting recipes have gotten a big overhaul. The cost of vehicles have been reduced, along with other crafts such as lumber mills, stone breaker, and gem cutters have been reduced. Additionally, curse bones are no longer necessary to craft a rune forge. Now that overall sounds like a good thing, but I feel like it does take the progression out, and you guys will see what I mean very shortly. Let's find something like the gem cutter here. It used to cost, I believe, 3 or 4 brute scales to craft one of these guys, and now it only costs 1. While on one hand, that is very nice, especially if you're starting out. You don't have to grind as much, but I could go both ways. Not having to grind as much kind of takes away the grindy aspect of this game. I like that they still kept the brute scale as a requirement, but for something like the rune forge, all it requires now is 10 granite slabs, meaning that you could start enchanting your resources, or sorry, rune forging your resources very quickly into your game's progress, because all you're going to need to get that is 10 planks and 20 granite to drop a stone breaker down. Once you do that, all you're going to need are 10 granite slabs, and with how fast they process, that's going to be even easier at this point. And just like that, you'll be able to throw on some of the best upgrades in the entire game. Of course, that being things like damage, luck, and unbreaking. But hey, you guys let me know what you think of that down in the comments. I'm a little bit on the fence, and I don't really care too much either way, since obviously at this point in my game's progress, I basically have everything. Yeah, let me know what you're thinking down below. Anyway, the next thing we're gonna get through are a bunch of bug fixes, so pay attention because maybe some of these were present in your worlds, and if so, they are now fixed. So they fixed an issue with Vengeance Jones, Hope, and Triceratops not spawning in people's worlds. That's a big one. Fixed an issue where players could fall through the floor in caves. Fixed an issue with 2 stamina bars showing in the UI after consuming food. Arch enemy quest now progresses accordingly. Fixed a blank notification when progressing through levels. Mitigated issues with the split function wouldn't work properly after splitting a stack in half. Fixed an issue with stuck enemy minifigs. Now, you might think that's the entirety of the patch notes, but it's not, because because I found out something absolutely insane that was not mentioned in the patch notes that you'll only find here on this channel, guys. And are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? The biggest addition in the entirety of the update that was not even mentioned, guys. Balenciaga skins now have Lego styles. Holy cow, look at them. Can't tell me that dog does not have trim. I'm joking, guys. It's actually the entirety of all of the updates in LEGO Fortnite Odyssey. In Brick Life, there's one new addition that added the Bestie Fest plushies now available in the Decor app. And then they also fixed some bugs that you're seeing on screen here. And with Expeditions, there are no new additions, but there are some bug fixes that, again, you're seeing on screen here. Guys, that's the entirety of the brand new update across the LEGO Fortnite ecosystem. Let me know what you think of everything down below. And the first link down in today's video description is going to be my LEGO creator profile, where I'm about to release my second game. If you guys didn't know, I recently released a LEGO obby, but I'm coming to you guys with a very, very fun game that I've been working on in the background while I haven't been posting as much, and you guys will see that very soon in the next day or so. Also have a video on that when it drops. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you found it helpful, make sure to drop a like on the way out, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel for all things LEGO Fortnite. Obviously, guys, we've been in a bit of a content drought, but I'm ready to pick it up with the videos once again, so make sure to stay tuned. But I appreciate you guys' support. Thanks so much for watching all the way until the end of this video, and I'll catch y'all later. It's been your boy Kaz. Peace.